scrim between Kindergarten and AlphaBoys. AlphaBoys was the team that recently scrimmed against OTA, and what I understand was winning, and then there was a bug or something like that. Or no, one of them had to leave. That's what happened. So we're a little bit into the banning phase because we couldn't quite get to spectate their game. All of these bans look pretty standard, except for the Tide, which is peculiar to see in the first phase, I think. All of the rest of those bans are completely reasonable, though they're all extremely strong in the current meta.
I still can't watch the game. Oh, never mind. Now it's loaded. All is well. Based on
Doubled? What? AA pick. AA is super duper strong and is really good against Witch Doctor specifically. Since Kefefe is not nearly as strong against him since he heals AoE.
Yeah, first pick Witch Doctor isn't very good if there's going to be an A coming out.
Yeah, the A is a really, really good response to that.
We do know that the Dire team have very, very good OA players. Two of them, Warlex isn't online by the looks, but P3K1 is top 10.
Yeah, Naga's a really good pick. I love Naga against AA. I mean, it kind of sucks because you're going to miss out on the heal, more than likely, but at the same time, you get to wait out the Ice Blast, so that way they can't try to make anyone shatter.
I still haven't seen anyone go Ags on Naga, even though I think it's going to be absolutely amazing once
it's
people
by far the best way to play Naga. Ags, Naga, Refresher Core, and you just spam Song. You use it all the time. You use it like a healing utility to just reset the fight, as opposed to going for insane combo initiations, you know?
I just haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it in a scrim, I mean.
Yeah. So you see Disruptor ban. Disruptor's really good. He's great combo with Naga, so I think that's a pretty good choice. I wonder what Radiant wants to ban here.
Probably like a PA because of the Magnus. Magnus' PA is...
PA would be a really good ban, I agree.
Or Sven.
I always think Sven's worth banning.
Gypsy, please don't... Oh, well, I guess you're on delay, but, like, you probably shouldn't be watching stream.
Yeah, maybe once the picking phase is out, you probably should not have the stream up while you're in the game. There's a lot of elements of the game that last longer than 2 minutes, and that's the only delay that the things have, because I don't have a delay set up for my stream, because my computer's not that good. So PA ban, there it is, that makes sense. Void ban, I think also makes sense, because I was thinking Void was another really good combo with Naga. So these are very just like, these bans are very much in response to each other's team's picks, which I like to see. You know, clearly really thinking about it.
I really want to see a Sven pick.
Yeah.
Or Medusa Eye. Oh, never mind. The Eye is already banned. But still, Medusa would be very good. So would a Sven. So would a Pangolier.
Yeah. I like Lifestealer. That's cool.
I don't. You pick Lifestealer out, like, into tanks. Like, into people who have high strength. You shouldn't pick it before any tanks get picked.
I mean, they have a Witch Doctor.
No, but that's different.
No, but my point is that the rest of their picks were likely to be tanks that synergize well with Witch Doctor, and now it narrows down their hero picking pool quite a bit if they want to synergize properly, because now they have to deal with a Lifestealer. I think it's a great pick.
I just don't think they should have picked it yet.
Probably, yeah.
I think they should have picked it later.
Yeah, they could have saved it until, like, at least the 17th pick, if they feared that maybe it was going to get banned on ban number 20.
But it seems not really a prominent ban. Yeah. They should have picked it later.
I think it leaves their draft still very, very open-ended, and it narrows down the Radiant's draft a lot more. So I think it's still not a bad pick. Gyro's pretty good. I like it. He's easy to combo with Song, because it's very easy to stop the Song just as the missile hits, because the animation's so obvious and slow. I think they need... They could use some more team fight to stack on top of the Magnus. I mean, Magnus is great team fight. He's got the RP and everything, but I think they need more like casual stuns that they can throw out before and after it. You know, some.
They also need more. They need someone
Sven,
that can
right? They
heal
pick Sven.
people. No, they need.
I don't actually
they
think
need.
Sven's that good on this team.
I don't think they need more damage, nor really stuns. I think they should pick something like a dazzle, another support, because they don't have any heals at the moment aside from lifesteal's passive, which isn't going to help anyone else. They don't have. I mean that's helpful, I suppose. It's good against Witch Doctor because you can cancel ult with his W once Viper's level 25.
Yeah, I probably would have, instead of the Lifestealer, liked to see that team pick up Juggernaut to give their team some really easy, cheap heals and also give them a bunch of damage. I still don't think the Lifestealer is bad for the same reason that I said before, though.
Yeah, I don't think Lifesteal was bad either. What I said was that they shouldn't have picked it so early.
Yeah,
At all.
I think you're probably right about that. But let's see what Radiant here picks. They have a pretty strong lineup so far. I think that they need some big team fight.
They have big team fight.
And
I don't
maybe
think they need more big team fight. They need more just.
I think they need like
damage.
wave clear
Or a tank.
I mean, I'd like to see another big ultimate on their team. I feel like Tide would have been perfect on their team. Too bad they banned him. He would have been really, really good on their team, actually.
I think Phoenix would be good on their team. Or Elder Titan.
Wraith
Elder
King?
Titan's still probably. Nah, Elder Titan's best, I think.
Elder Titan would be really good, although no one else really plays him besides you.
That's not true. I saw it in DXS's team picked
Nice.
Elder Titan and stumped in a scrim. It was very good.
That's very awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What do
they
they
could
want
go?
to play here?
They could get a Centaur because Centaur's really good with Naga, the setup. They could go Abaddon.
Yeah.
I really like it. Oh no,
And-
no, they
and
can't go
he's-
Abaddon into an ancient apparition. Never mind.
Well, and also I like Centaur also because he's a little stronger against the Lifestealer since the Lifestealer is going to hurt himself while attacking. I mean, he's still going to heal and stuff, and it's still hard to deal with. TA, I dig it. They just have a lot of damage now. I think
so
their last
squishy.
pick is still pretty open-ended. They do need something tanky.
They're
They need-
so squishy.
I think they need tank and they need control. Because they're so squishy, they can't really be getting attacked, so they need really
They
good
should
team
probably go,
fight
like,
control.
Underlord. Underlord does everything that they need.
Yeah, that's
I mean, his
super
ult isn't
long
as good,
route.
but still, like the crowd control and the damage reduction aura as well is really good. That's effectively giving everyone on their team more HP, as well as like the Firestorm. For
Clockwork
damage.
could be cool on Radiant.
He's not tanky enough. Doesn't
He's
doesn't
pretty
provide
tanky.
enough.
I mean,
He's tanky, but he doesn't achieve the same. He's not the same type of tanky.
but he's that fight control to make it so that their squishy heroes don't really get attacked. It's hard to get past a Clockwork, especially in this game with all the tools he has. Like, oh, did you get by me? Nah, come here, boy. That pull staff.
I still think Underlord's better. Says
What about
Alpha Titan.
Slardar?
Slardar's too squishy. His Q makes him way too squishy.
Slardar, I like Slardar for Radiant. So,
Do you know what Slardar's Q does?
yeah, I know
It
exactly.
amplifies damage that you take.
I know.
And they need a tank really badly.
Yeah,
Really badly.
You don't have to activate it all the time, and you can use damage reduction while it's active, you know?
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
don't know. I
thinking,
don't
like,
think it fits.
it's minus armor on minus armor. It's great, reliable stun. He's got a bash to make him even more, like, just utility disable annoyance.
I think that Radiant should go for like a Spectre. But they could go Spectre.
Spectre would be kind of
he's
cool. I wish Spectre
super
had some
tanky,
kind of
yeah.
disable, but yeah, he would be really good.
Like even Medusa, because they're super tanky heroes. Super tanky heroes.
What about the Dire team? So I think
I
they
don't
should
really
ban
know.
a tank. I think Underlord's a great ban there.
Yeah,
That makes a lot
yeah.
of sense to me. What do you think Dire wants to pick here to round out their team? So, what Radiant should be banning?
They could pick anything really. Because their team is really solid at the moment. I don't
Mhm.
really know what they should be picking. They could go for something like a Coddle.
Yeah, I think I'd like to
Or,
see
like-
on the Dire team like a ranged intelligence hero that has some form of disable.
Yeah,
not quite
I
sure
like
which
Coddle.
one.
Coddle's good. They could go Silencer
Lena.
even. I mean, they don't need to go
They-
Silencer. They could go Lena.
They could use
Lena's
a little
kinda
more
squishy.
wave clear, and Lena would give them some serious wave clear.
I
And
think
then
Lena's
the
too
Lena,
squishy.
the Lena maybe goes like BKB or something like that, and gets like tanks. I guess she'd actually have to go crazy amounts of armor. Is probably what she should do to
Yeah,
survive this team.
I,
'Cause their
I
team's
just think I think she's too squishy.
Yeah.
I think they could go for like a Skyrath Mage or like a Lich or something.
They also, yeah, something like that. So
Or
what's
Storm Spirit.
really,
they could go Storm Spirit.
that would be great. What's really, really nice about the Dire team right now is that they have a really strong mix of both magical and physical damage. Whereas the current Radiant team is just dominating the overwhelmingly physical damage, and there's some magical damage to balance it out. I think that's a really cool last pick. I think it's
It's
very
still too
surprising.
squishy.
There's no way that Dire saw it coming. It gives them a little more fight control, which I dig. I do agree that they're really, really squishy. But, you also have to keep in mind that Witch Doctor is actually one of the tankiest heroes in the entire game. And
Okay,
if
but
Naga
the
goes
way that Witch
Aghanims,
Doctor
then they're all tanky now.
the way that Witch Doctor brings tank is based on maximum HP, and none of those heroes really
No, I
have
mean,
much
he
max HP.
himself, the Witch Doctor, is one of the tankiest heroes in the game.
I mean, with the item build, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they build the Witch Doctor to be the team's tank. The Naga goes a little tanky as well, and now they just have crazy DPS from their other two heroes, and the Bat Rider just wreaks havoc early and mid game and picks people out of fights.
I really like the Phoenix pick.
Yeah, Phoenix
I
is a
think
good
that-
pick there.
I think Phoenix is like super underrated. A hero that I really want to see more. Like you see in all of the other scrims that we've cast that I wanted to see a Phoenix. Because it fits in so many lineups, but people just don't pick it.
Yeah, Phoenix. I like Phoenix a lot here. I wonder if we should give people more time to pick heroes.
Bat Rider is going to get completely kited as well by everything. And Witch Doctor's heal
he
is also, like, all regen on their team is going to be useless against AA. So I don't really know how that pick is going to be useful. I mean, a Wraith King would have been really good, because then you buy Ags, then you got Lifesteal and stuff, you know.
I think we'll see Cave Strat. I think it's pretty standard for scrims now. People really like doing it. It looks like the Radiant team is definitely going to do Cave Strat. There's already 2-3 heroes facing to the left.
Radiant team has four heroes facing.
Yeah, it looks like 4 heroes going for it, and then a Bat Rider who didn't get the memo. But should probably be there the most. Let's see if he swings around the second it unpauses. Yep, there he goes.
It's Gyro, not Bat Rider.
Oh, sorry, I meant Gyro. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what I was
And
thinking in my
Gyro's
head. I
also-
just...
And Gyro's
Said
not doing it.
different words.
He's not helping.
I guess if they think they can still kill it in time, they don't need everyone to be
can.
there. There's no
They've got a
benefit to
TA.
having more people here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. So now the Bat Rider's going to go into this duel at level 3, which is pretty strong.
Dire didn't finish it. Dire didn't finish theirs.
Dire
There's,
didn't
like,
finish
3
theirs.
creeps left. Yeah. 3
They're
creeps
all
left.
going to still ding 2, like right away. They're going to hit it.
Viper is level 3, even though everyone else is level 1. Which I find kind of funny. That's probably a dead Naga Siren. No?
This Bat Rider's definitely doing work up here. Look at him. He's just melting
Yeah.
3 heroes at once up there. Bat Rider's
Yeah.
really strong. And what's cool is that the Gyrocopter's already way out here. Ready to farm. He used Flat Cannon before the duel, which is really good for the duel, but it also has a really long cooldown, and he was really positioned to farm, so I don't know if he should have used it before the duel.
Yeah, one of the ways that you can do the cave strat, like, optimally is wait until the enemy have done their first room, and then you get more out of yours.
That's true. Whoever kills it second gets more.
But it's harder to do. It's way harder to do.
Yeah, because you
Because
have
like
to
if you
delay
wait
the
too
timing.
long, then you might not get it.
Yeah, well, you can try to get them all as low as you can and then not choose to finish them off.
This Jerichoff is getting completely bullied
Oh,
out of
yeah,
farm.
he's getting totally
4
zoned
members
out.
of Dire. Just
High ground protection
taking all
saving
these
him. The
creeps.
Witch Doctor's going to come over and try to help him out, but all he's going to do is throw a casket 4 Dire heroes and then run away himself because there's 4 of them. There's 4 heroes doing this, and sure, they're zoning out the Gyrocopter, but at the same time, there's 2 Radiant heroes just farming massive stacks. I mean, look at this Bat Rider.
yeah.
He's just eating up this farm on bottom. So I think that this trade is in favor of the Radiant team, even though Dire is like winning the fight. Although they might get a kill in AA. Oh, that was... Oh, is he gonna die? Yeah, there he goes. All right. The Naga Siren will almost certainly pay for these crimes, but they got a kill. Missed skewer. That certainly would finish. Oh, look at the body blocking on Witch Doctor. Oh my god, I can't believe the Naga survived that. That was silly. That was just completely silly. Gyrocopter's trying to get something done, but unfortunately he's aggroing the Ancient, so he's probably just going to die right here. Nope. I think he's 1 auto attack away from dying.
And then he
Oh, and then
dies
Magnus snipes him out. Do they have vision around here? Yeah, they have these wards up here on the high ground. These are really, really standard wards in competitive play. It's also becoming more and more standard to deward those spots. So you got to look out when you're placing them. I love these extra wards here and here, so it makes it so that it's much less likely to be dewarded there. Oh wait, actually those are friendly wards. That's just so that they can see their own stuff. Bat Rider's going for an early boss strat. Look, he's got 10 stacks of napalm on. This is working. Yeah, this will definitely work.
Oh yeah, shit.
Look at him just melt. I mean, the bosses are actually weak to magic damage. They have negative 25% magic resistance, so stuff like this is totally fine. Casters are meant to be able to kill bosses, and people really overestimate how good or how strong the Roshan is. He's very, very easy to kill early. So it's a 3.5-minute boss for the Radiant team. That's really good for them. Because of the current farming boots nerf, that doesn't matter nearly as much. So every other time that we've seen this in competitive play, the team that was ahead just rocket ship. Oh my god, the other team doesn't stand a chance for the rest of the game. This team's going to get a little ahead, but it's not going to be as dramatic as we've seen in other games.
I wonder if they know that the patch has been put in, because they're all going for mana boots still.
I think if you're going this early of a boss, most of you still probably want to go mana boots.
But then
I think
most
the
of you are getting
Bat
nothing
Rider
from the
should not
creeps.
have, though. I don't agree with the Bat Rider mana boots.
Bat Rider should have gone Tranquils, probably.
Yeah, Tranks would have been good on him. I think at least one of the supports also should have gone Travels, so that way they could get assist gold from the Bat Rider, because the Bat Rider is going to
I
be able to
wonder
clean
if
out
they
massive
know
camps all
about the
game.
nerf. I don't know if they know about the nerf.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Reading the
only a
patch
temporary
notes is really important.
Be surprised how many people do not read patch notes.
Yeah. Yeah, mana boots do need a buff right now. They're a little weak currently. We see Dire Team going for their boss now. They're not that far behind, and with how weak mana boots are, as we talked about before, this I think is totally fine. The lead that Radiant has is actually more so that they're just farming more camps on the map. This Bat Rider has just been eating up farm. This Witch Doctor's just wasting time. I hate when teams do this. What is he doing? What's he trying to get done? He could have walked over here and farmed this whole easy camp and just gotten 3 easy creeps for him, a little bit of XP, a little bit of gold, taken a little from the enemy, and, it wouldn't have been much, but it would have been more than just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah. What's really surprising is a lot of the players that you see sort of standing around doing nothing are really good Dota players. Like they have a really high ranking. Except
yeah, I think the biggest
just
thing is people just don't realize that you can't contest tier 1 bosses. It really can't be done. There's no point in trying. Ooh, they placed a. I think they placed a real ward right next to an enemy sentry ward, so it just immediately got killed.
Duel starting.
Yep. I also just noticed that Radiant team has been taking their cave. They've got all the rooms cleared
the
now.
TA.
So
TA has been.
Dire's catching up though. Look at the network graph. It's starting to get more evenly dispersed.
I think once AA hits level 6, these fights are gonna just change
yeah, definitely. Once a fair bit of the Dire team gets some items, they really need some items. Let's see what boots for most of these guys went for. So we've got Cleave on the Lifestealer. That makes a lot of sense. GPM boots on the Phoenix. I think it's still not bad there. GPM boots on the Magnus. I'm not sure about that.
It's better to go Tranquils on Phoenix, like it was anyway, because every time you press Q,
there we go. This right here is how I love seeing Song used. Just reset the fight. I would disengage though. I don't know why he's staying around.
Because he can.
I mean, now he's gonna die. If he TP'd out while singing instead of waiting for it to end and then dying, that would have been a pretty sick play. Because it was a great disengage of the fight. I'm pretty sure this Destructor's gonna be perfectly fine. Probably just gonna throw another cask in there to piss him off and then walk off.
The
He's trying to
has
take their
blink
ancients.
and skewer
Really
soon. So Magnus has blink and skewer up soon. So I think this Naga might get.
Oh yeah,
and
and
super
another half level he'll have his RP, and blink RP is a pretty potent team fight.
Yeah. Phoenix still
Ooh,
level
what a
6
great
either.
Witch Doctor ultimate. Oh, and he got a little bit of procs on the AA, but the AA is fine because he didn't get any Maledict on him or anything. So Dire's just disengaging, taking whatever creeps they can on the way. Radiant is reaping the benefits of winning a fight, which is farm, because this game is all about getting that farm, yo. See some pretty aggressive farming from the Naga. I like to see that. This is great. Shroud of Shadows on the Naga. It's the first item that she upgraded. Wooden RP got into two of them, but one of them forced staff out right away. It doesn't really matter though, I think.
Most of the Dire is level 6 now. These fights are gonna start changing.
Change dramatically, yeah.
Yeah.
The TA's hitting it, trying to get away, but I think he's gonna die in the back. No, he's gonna get away fine. Meanwhile, down here, there's laser beams being shot, but all they really got out of that was the
sniped
Naga.
to kill on the Magnus.
Oh, the TA sniped to kill on the Magnus? Well done. But the TA's sticking around. She wants more. We have first Ice Blast. It hits nothing. It didn't even graze the Witch Doctor. Up here, the TA. Ooh, it's doing a lot of damage. But
Well,
the Phoenix also
really
does a lot of damage.
Refraction. So she took nearly nothing. They only had one set of DOTs on him at the time. So.
Yeah, no, I mean the Phoenix took a lot of damage.
Oh.
But he was just too low on HP to continue engaging. Oh, this is a really good play from the Witch Doctor. Look at this cask bounce. Look at that Maledict. That was so cool. That was perfect. That's exactly what you want when you're roaming around as a Witch Doctor. Just two enemies alone, right next to each other, just waiting to catch that cask. So we see Radiant really doing some really good plays, and they are certainly ahead in the net worth graph, but they're not dramatically ahead, and realistically both teams have only taken one boss. So while the net worth is leaning one way, this game's still really close, because OAA early game is super objective based, and neither teams are taking objectives that quickly.
I just realized just how high rated the Radiant team is at Dota. Like they've got some.
Oh, like at Dota, actually Dota.
Yeah, because they've got an 193 ranked player on one region, 193.
Wow.
And then 183 as well. And then everyone else is also they're all at least Divine 5, and 2 others are also ranked.
And this is the Radiant team that has these strong
players?
players?
This is the Radiant team.
That makes sense, because as I just said a moment ago, we see them making some pretty big plays, although that skewer into Fountain's pretty... Oh my god, he did so much damage to their team. He got like 3 attacks out and just killed almost all of them. And the Phoenix manages to get the full channel. Will this Naga Siren die? No, I think she's going to be fine.
She hangs around,
Yeah.
she might die.
Radiant's really doing well in these fights. I think I'd love to see the Naga get an Aghanims, just because Naga Aghanims is insane in this game mode.
I think he might. I think that's what that point boost is going to turn into.
Yeah,
so he's building to be a support.
Yeah. Despite how this game is appearing, I mean, by the way that we usually measure it, Dire's ahead right now. They got more bosses.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. Radiant killed their other tier 1 at one point. I didn't even notice it. So they're actually tied. The teams are both tied in bosses right now. No, when were these tier 1s taking bottom? Oh my god, I completely missed it.
I have no idea. I think TA probably took them.
TA must have just gone down there and melted them at one point.
Yeah.
Let's check this team's items. Yeah, the Dire team has much more tier 1s, or the Radiant team does, I mean. So the Dire team really needs to kill some bosses to get back into the game, because the Radiant team's going to snowball more and more.
There's no Naga Siren ult nor Gyro ult, and they've got, on the Dire
Ice
team,
Blast
they've
is
got
up.
nearly every ult up. Yeah, and Egg as well. But no RP.
See them positioning around things. The Phoenix goes deep and just melts because they lasso her.
Yep.
Lifesteal's trying to do stuff, but meanwhile in the back the Witch Doctor's just melting everyone with that ultimate. That was such a good ultimate.
I'm really surprised to see that Viper is getting so ruined. Viper in general is a very, very, very good farmer, and
He's
he
a
has
very good
nothing.
farmer, very good hero. I still
went
love to
for
see
a
this Radiant team,
Hurricane
even
by
though they're
first
ahead,
item.
just clearing out the cave every time they can. Because, I mean, you can see by the gold effect, especially in spectator mode, you can tell that the cave actually does give quite a bit of gold when a million little numbers shower out of these creeps to see just how much gold is being showered on the team.
The Viper went first item Hurricane Pike, and being a massive Viper fan, I know that is
Disagree.
absolutely
Yeah,
terrible.
it's not good.
It's so bad. You really shouldn't be trying to go right click on that hero. If you're gonna go for any type of force stuff, you go for a bull staff because then you can just keep people close to you and you keep slowing them.
Naga
You
got
don't want to
Octarine
push them
Core.
away from you.
Definitely not bad at all. I still hope that she
Who's
goes
got ads?
Aghanims at some
She
point.
has it.
Oh, she does.
She has one.
I'm blind. I'm just not noticing anything happening in this game, apparently. There's just bosses happening everywhere I'm not noticing. This is items that I'm staring at right in front of me. This is going great, guys. So the Dire team is taking Tier 2 bosses now. I think this will be the first Tier 2 taken on the map, unless I've managed to miss one of those, too. No, we're good, we're good. So the Dire team will have the first Tier 2, unless Radiant scouts this out and jumps up after they're dead and kills them all. I think this song is too early. I think they should have
Viper's just going in and committing suicide. Wow.
I
really don't know what Viper's doing this game. 1 in 10, he's making mistakes.
Yeah, he's not really getting that much work done. I think the Radiant messed up there by not just waiting for Dire to kill the boss, then going up there, winning the team fight, and capping the point. That would have been an extremely dramatic swing if they did that. Instead...
Not a swing, it would have just, like, secured.
Yeah,
like,
it would have been
there.
pretty substantial. Ice Blast misses, so that's on cooldown now. Again, they're engaging before the boss is dead.
They'll be able to kill it.
The boss
probably.
will probably die, though.
That's a big RP.
Yeah, it's a great RP. They're going to laser beam down a few people, but the Phoenix might just die to the boss if he can get out of his way.
Phoenix has got egg.
What an egg. Yeah, they can't do anything about that egg. And they're going to easily secure the boss now. I think that Radiant engaged that fight pretty... in just a wacky way, twice in a row, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So Radiant team, in response to that, is going to say, all right, that's right, we need to take our own Tier 2 bosses. This is just how it works. Dire rushing for the neutral Tier 2s. I think this is a ridiculously good move. They managed to avoid most of the Radiant vision. Oh, but the Witch Doctor's there, and he scouted them out.
The Radiant's just going to go for their safe Tier 2 boss.
Yep, they were doing that right in response to Dire having done the same. Dire's going for this boss steal, but Radiant knows now, and they're going to start rotating down there. Is that boss up there dead yet? Yeah, they killed that. TA's not in a rush to come down and help. I feel like she'd be pretty instrumental in a fight down here. Maybe she's just going to try to sneak the enemy Tier 1s while the team fights off these Tier 2s right here. I think Radiant is doing this correctly by just hanging in the back and waiting. Oh, never mind, I went in early again. Oh, the Meteor Hammer! That's a Meteor Hammer Naga! Oh my god.
Wow.
She had 2 people with it. She songed into Meteor Hammer. That's dumb. She even upgraded it. This is beautiful. Oh, I love this. This Naga is now my new favorite OAA player of all time.
She upgraded it again, too.
Really?
That's
Oh,
Tier 2, yeah. That's Tier 2
I mean,
core used on the Meteor Hammer.
Dude, it does a lot of damage to bosses now. They can kill other Tier 2s a lot easier now. And it does a lot of damage to heroes and stuff, too. It could probably still be buffed. I'm excited to see her use it on a boss, though. So Radiant's just farming, killing Dire heroes they can manage to get a hold of, and just forcing the Dire back into their base. We have another duel starting in 10 seconds. The Dire still has their Tier 1s, the protected ones. I really think that they need to go for those soon. It would be pretty bad if Radiant managed to steal those as well. Phoenix insta-eggs right on top of everyone, so they're just going to pop the egg. Witch Doctor in the back's not really doing that much. The Life Stealer's actually kind of doing work, but the Song's going to disengage the fight, and with the Aghanim Zipper's going to heal back up to full, so that way they can just do Life Stealer Battle Part 2. Oh, once again, the Meteor Hammer! Oh my god, I love it! Oh, that is just so funny. But it's not enough. They can't actually kill this Life Stealer. He's huge. Ooh, I bet the Batrider can, though. The Batrider's starting to do some serious damage. They're stunning him a lot, keeping him in place, taking him down slowly. Yeah, once the Viper's down, they can now just kite around the Life Stealer. We see multiple Shroud of Shadows on this team also. The Radiant team.
Yep.
Radiant team definitely with some unconventional item choices that I think are all really good. Just, you know, unconventional. The Meteor Hammer's working out, even though it's super
Bad.
memey.
Yeah.
The Shroud of Shadows is working out really well in these team fights. Two of the sports have Shroud of Shadows, so they're just kind of keeping each other alive constantly. They also keep shrouding the Witch Doctor while he's ultimating, so he's invisible and can't be right-clicked.
The Witch Doctor has his own.
Yeah,
Oh, big uppy.
that is a big RP. But for some reason he waits on the
guess-
skewer, so he only pulls the
Yeah.
one. And,
I think he got silenced.
oh, is that what happened?
I think so.
Pretty good Ice Blast. Hits 2 heroes. I think it's one of the better ones we've seen so far this game. The Batrider needs to disengage till the Ice Blast is gone. So Kaldon doing some damage. Really just... The Star team's fighting this fight pretty well, but they... Oh, that skewer didn't work out, and now they're just going to sleep and re-engage
Yeah, it was
on
the
their own
solo
turns.
RP too. That was the refresh RP on a Gyrocopter who dodged
Yep,
the
once
skewer.
again we see the Meteor Hammer. Oh my god, this Gyrocopter does damage.
So does the Witch Doctor, man. The Witch Doctor
Yeah,
is doing
Gyrocopter,
work.
Witch Doctor are doing some insane damage together. The Witch Doctor's only level 19. It'd be great if they could get some more levels to him because his ultimate gets pretty nutty. His next level of ultimate is about over 4 times more damage than the current level. And we see Dire finally cleaning up these tier 1s at top, so that is, or Radiant rather, clearing up these tier 1s at top, so that's pretty bad for Dire team. TA can't quite solo a Lycan yet. Lycans are scary. You can't do that. I'd really like to see this Dire take this tier 1 right here. They're going to be wasting a lot of tier 2 cores because they're needing them to upgrade tier 1s.
Yeah.
You're saying giving Meme Hammer percentage-based damage against bosses? I would actually really like to see that. I think that would be really cool. Or if it reduced boss resistance. If Meme Hammer did. That would be pretty cool. So it seems like Dire is mostly just, or Radiant is mostly just trolling Dire team while they're trying to take this Ogre. I think that's mostly this Witch Doctor's goal right here, is to not necessarily stop them, but to make it painful.
He's definitely achieving that goal.
I think so.
Oh,
Oh, he really
hold
wanted
on,
to get up
coming
on that
in.
ledge. Oh, what? He's just going to sit there and
Wow.
ultimate? Oh my god, that's hilarious.
It's not actually doing very much damage.
It wasn't doing very much, and he had to
he's underleveled.
disengage because the Lifestealer's coming after him. He
Yeah.
is only going to be shrouded for another moment. Lifestealer disengaged for some reason.
He really needs levels, this Witch Doctor. He's,
He
if
does.
He can get his level 4
Almost.
ultimate. That'd be so big.
And the level 25 talent. I mean, that's huge. Percentage-based heal in an
Oh,
AoE
yeah.
for his team. I mean, they're up
Nah,
against an AA,
I-
so it sucks, but the Ice
Yeah.
Blast isn't usually hitting more than 2 heroes. Naga pretending to be an illusion.
I actually have a feeling that he's not going to go for the heal and actually go for the Death 4 damage.
I hope he
Because
doesn't.
I think that he should against AA.
I don't.
You really shouldn't. You shouldn't commit that big of a talent to something that can just be disabled on the spot. And he's doing work with this ultimate. So
He is, but the ultimate talent only gives 75 more damage, and skilling it up the next level adds over 450.
Holy shit! Really? Wow.
Yes, the talent's garbage. What a cast. Oh, it bounced to a lot of illusions, though, so it didn't work out that well. We see the Phoenix Egg. That's definitely not going to get interrupted, but the Radiant team's mostly just disengaging anyway and letting
There's
the
a
Ogre
sentry
clean everything
dropped.
up.
2 sentries dropped. in that
This
fight.
Ogre is wrecking. Oh, the good Force Staff to get away from the Ogre. Oh, I missed that last Meme Hammer. She used it after the song. I didn't see. So we have ogres just making everyone's day really difficult all throughout this fight. A lot of people hate the ogre AI and how aggressive they are. I personally think it's hilarious.
The amount of rampages that these ogres get is
Oh
really
god.
nutty.
What a skewer pushing him all the way uphill. Once again, it was only the Batrider though, and he could just force staff himself right out. Batrider Force Staff makes sense. I think he's one of the few heroes that keeping the Force Staff as opposed to turning it into a Pull Staff makes sense. This Pull Staff is really good on a lot of heroes. So meanwhile up top, TA is soloing an Ogre. She has a Blink, which I think is pretty cool. Blink Nullifier, in fact. What a great item choice. I like that. If she was super clever and knew all the OAA memes, she would find the sweet spot right about here and then stand there and attack him and never get hit by anything.
Maledict's is still on the Viper here.
Oh yeah, it is. I don't know how many ticks of he's gonna get though. I think it's already out.
Yeah.
Did he get hit with the Ice Blast? He did. So the Gyrocopter is Ice Blasted.
It doesn't matter. I think he's gonna win this.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter at all. He just does so much damage.
Dominating! Double kill!
The Gyrocopter not... Oh, right, no, it's the Naga. The Naga's level 24. I thought I was clicking on the Gyrocopter for a second ago, and I was like, why didn't he take his level 25 talent? Alright, still a duel happening down here. It's once again the Lifestealer living forever, but not able to kill anyone. Oh, this TA is going to melt him. Yep. Wow. This TA is getting to the point where she does an insane amount of damage.
Blimey! Double kill!
So they're going to attempt to kill this Viper real quick, but it looks like a lot of the team's here, so the Batrider might actually be the one who dies instead. Great Witch Doctor ult once again. Does it while invisible. They're not pressing P to stop him. Now they are. Now he's probably dead.
Triple kill!
We still see a tier 1 over here. It's 25 minutes into the game, and there is a neutral safe tier 1 on the map. This TA could probably, like, 5-shot this boss over here. They're so far ahead of where they should be taking tier 1 still. But they're still not going for it. Dire team, come on, guys. Take this boss.
Blimey!
Pretty big fight. The Phoenix was doing work, but then just started dying to the Gyrocopter. This TA is sinking out so much damage. TA's going to try to interrupt the boss kill and just kills that boss real quick. I think they're going to actually commit to trying to steal this tier 2. The TA will be able to finish it off, but she's going to need help capping it because that percentage-based damage is going to start kicking in and melting through her. Yeah, she disengages. The Witch Doctor as well, even with his heals up. Oh, he doesn't have the percentage heals yet. He's still level 24. So Radiant team finally clearing out this boss. They'll do that in about 10 seconds, and it's dead. There we go. Meanwhile, down bottom, the entire team is fighting Batrider, and it turns out that their team is not that far ahead. Yeah, the lead is pretty rough, 156k net worth lead. The XP is also substantially in Radiant's favor. Dire is sticking with it and killing a lot of bosses, though. I do wish that they were a bit more aggressive with trying to take bosses. They left their tier 1s up for a really, really long time and eventually had them stolen without ever actually attempting them themselves. This seems like a really random song. I guess they're just going to use it to kill this one here. Ooh, but what an RP. He's going to try to steer them away, but he's just getting stunned. And oh, he misses the other RP because of the 4-step away. Phoenix X is going to drop, but everyone's gone anyway. They're all pretty much just trying to flee from this ogre now. The Radiant team is going to use Song to disengage. Yeah, oh, is that a 3-man Meteor Hammer? That's just a beautiful, beautiful sight. Meteor Hammer needs to do a lot more damage. That's a level 3 Meteor Hammer, and it didn't even really make me flinch. If you manage to land that thing, it should do damage. I'm not sure if they'll be... Yep, they'll easily be able to finish him off. The Light Stealer's going to die too. I think at this point, Radiant team's strategy is just to try to constantly fight into the Dire team until they're dead. Meteor Hammer is better for bosses than team fights. That's at least how the item's designed to be. But if you can song into 3-man Meteor Hammer, it's pretty good in team fights too, quite frankly. Mostly just for the stun. The burn damage afterwards is also nice. But the initial blast damage and the burn damage are all amplified against bosses. So if you use it specifically against bosses, it just does a lot more. It's very, very effective. So Radiant team, they're going to give Dire a quick break and just clean up a few tier 2s and round out some of their items. They do have at least one tier 3. Hey, how's it going? That's cool, I've just been babbling to myself.
Nice.
So, you know, Dire's definitely in it deep. They're still trying to take bosses, though. It looks like Radiant's current strategy is to, like, just fight into them constantly, but they randomly disengage to take a couple bosses themselves. Ooh, we got a level 25 Witch Doctor. He went the heal because he's smart. I see members of the Radiant team dropping tier 1 cores. They have too many. This Naga? What is this Naga doing? This Naga has 27k gold and 4 upgrade core 2s in her stash. Buy another item. Oh well, whatever. She's been playing really well, so I don't blame her. She's meme hammered the shit out of everyone. Oh, I think she was actually channeling it just then. Pretty big fight up top. It's going to be tough for them to get anything done, especially with the Viper getting annihilated by the Witch Doctor. Gyrocopter's getting so much damages. They're able to lock him down for a little while to prevent him from continuing to sink damage into their team, but the second he wakes up, they're all just going to die. Yep.
I'm sorry. Bad. Bad
Yeah,
timings, I suppose.
we're just seeing so much fighting right now. It's hilarious. Yeah. Another amazing Witch Doctor channel. This Witch Doctor has been getting some pretty incredible ultimates.
Yeah.
Triple kill.
Witch Doctor getting bitch slapped by the blueberry.
Yeah, you can't just man fight a blueberry like that. You also don't really want to attempt to take your enemy's high ground blueberry as your first tier 4 of the game.
We're not seeing a Farsight on the Witch Doctor. That's why he's so squishy. Farsight makes that hero so damn tanky.
Yeah,
Like,
he really
tankier
didn't buy
than nearly every
any
other hero.
tanky item. Which
Yeah.
all he needed was like any heart upgrade or anything. Although I guess I understand not buying too much.
You don't buy regen
Regen.
into an AA.
Yeah,
first.
into an AA. I guess heart transplant would be good because you can transplant to whoever didn't get ice blasted, and then they're invincible.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we're seeing big 5-man ice blasts. Like that one hit 2 people, and it was one of the better.
I think the AA is
Great
also
Phoenix Egg, I
slightly-
think. They have to disengage because of it. Magnus is trying to catch one of them, but he's not going to be able to. They all have Force Staff, so they disengage extremely quickly. Calling down pretty much just to keep them off their back. We see a lot of Chargers in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Whichever
By a
team...
lot, you mean 2.
I mean, 2 right next to each other, though. Whatever team discovers that
That's
is
true.
going to be very, very happy and eat up those cores. It looks like Dire Team has vision of that area, but Radiant does not. But Radiant also is pretty good about sending the Witch Doctor over there to scout it every once in a while.
Yeah. Really what the Dire should be trying to do is just trying to steal as many of the higher tier bosses as possible. If there's
Yeah.
a blueberry, they should try and take it. If there's, you know, anything like that, they really need the edge in these fights.
Stealing
And
blueberries
just
would be
shut
good,
them
but I
down
think
once.
right now I fear that they actually don't have the cores to take the blueberry, and they need to fight some of these. I think
a lifesteal
Viper
could tank
revealing that he
Blueberry.
was there was a really bad play. I think they need to ignore this team fight and fight this boss and hope that Radiant didn't notice. But by casting
They've
from high
noticed.
ground, they made him notice. Well, they didn't know before then.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see a Meteor Hammer? Yep.
Viper is making a lot of mistakes this game. He's not really having the impact that he desires, I think.
Yeah, this Naga's just able to set up for a perfect team fight for them every single time. Meteor Hammer's pretty much just there for meme value, but is still somehow getting work done. And this Lifestealer is going to die to an Ogre boss. Everyone's just casually disengaging now. The Witch
Score is
Doctor.
94 to
Witch
23.
Doctor's got his upgraded Paralyzing Cask now, so you can bug them a whole lot more with that. It used to do crazy amounts of damage when you upgraded it. Now it only goes up to 275. It went up to like 500 and then 1,000 before or something. Max level was 1,000. It was dumb. This
And then
hero
14
was
bounces.
disgusting.
Holy shit, that's 14,000 damage.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Anyone want it?
Who thought that was a
Come
good
here.
idea?
Come here. Look at this. Look at the bounces. Oh, this Phoenix is sad. Yeah, the bounces cease. Is
I'm
Dire
really
Team taking
disappointed
this
with the build on
boss?
Viper.
No.
There's no
Yeah.
Ags, there's no Ethereal Blade. He built Tank, but he went Heart and didn't upgrade it. And he, yeah.
Heart transplants cannot be transplanted from more than one person with the same. Or I think it might actually work and it gives them the stats, but the percentage heal from heart doesn't stack. So also, like, if you give a heart transplant to someone with a heart, they won't get twice the percentage heal. Those don't stack either. No percentage heals stack. We see Naga setting up for the fight again. We got the two-man Meteor Hammer, and everyone just dies.
Yep. I think this fight might trigger Final Duel.
We are extremely close to Final Duel, that's for sure. The TA's
Oh,
trying to
TA
kill people in the
signed
back line.
offside.
Oh, the offsides is going to
Offside.
kill her. She should have just
Oof.
fought. Yeah, she wasn't going to get away. She should have just tried to take the gyro with her. Or Viper, I
Viper.
mean, sorry.
Oh, hey, DXS. What's up? In the chat.
Always watching, always studying.
Hmm.
I think that's the actual reason that these top players like it when I cast. I'm not actually a good caster, they just want to see the other teams play so they know what they're up against.
But they also watch other games all the time.
So Dire Team's just desperately trying to take any bosses, but this duel, I cannot foresee an outcome in which the Radiant team does not get 3 kills during this duel, which means the final duel is going to follow. Really good Ice Blast! Oh, it just barely missed.
Double kill.
There's that kill, and he's dead. Down here.
Triple kill.
Lifestealer Viper has been a common combo for this duel setup. It's pretty funny. Keep seeing it.
It's kind of unfortunate that the Viper didn't play their hero the way that he's incredibly strong.
Yeah. I'd like to have seen a better item build for him. So this is going to trigger the
That
final
hurts
duel
my
now.
soul.
They'll get to fight for like 10 or
Yeah,
20
they call
more
GG.
seconds.
They call it.
Yeah, I think that's probably them just being good-mannered. I don't think they actually need to back out. They're going to play out this final duel. the random tether right before the final duel. All right, we have Song. Let's see how many people get hit with this Meteor Hammer this time. Boom. I think only 2 got hit. Maybe 3. Pretty good Ice Blast, though. Wow, Radiant team actually just got blown up, but the TA is still alive, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was a good AAL and a good RP.
Yeah, it was.
With a good Phoenix egg.
But none of them can take on this TA.
Or the
She's
Witch
got-
Doctor even.
I mean, the TA's got her refraction maxed out, so she just has so many refraction charges.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty one-sided for most of the game, honestly. I think that Dire had a lot of opportunities to come back during that game because Radiant was not aggressive about the bosses and they didn't have particularly good vision. But instead, Dire tried to go toe-to-toe and fight them. And I think it was pretty obvious from the start of the game that Radiant was going to be better in just a face-on-face fight. Dire should have just avoided them and tried to secure all those tier 1s while Radiant were farming the map and trying to fight them. They should have thrown heroes into them to try to distract them. Like, go ahead, have some kills, you know? I would call it tactical feeding.
I feel like the missed ultimates from AA and the lack of any sort of impact from Viper in the early game really anchored that team.
Yeah,
that game.
definitely. It certainly set them up to not do particularly well in the mid-game phase.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't think they had to do well because of the way that Radiant was playing. Radiant was relying purely on the fact that they were going to win all the team fights. They weren't playing the objective-based, intense OAA game.
The bosses
you know?
were really strange. Like,
Yeah.
the lack of bosses that game was really weird.
The last tier 1 was taken, I think, after minute 30. It was insane.
Yeah.
We usually see
Yeah.
these all wrapped up before minute 20.
Mm.
And most of them weren't even attempted till well after that. Yeah, so I think that's really what Dire did wrong there, is that they should have done the objective game to try to get around and win. And then Radiant just played well, won fights. They could have pushed their advantage to secure the win earlier on, but I still think they won quite convincingly, so I'm not going to complain too much about how they did.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's about all. I don't know if there's much else to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a reasonably good game.
It was. Despite it being pretty one-sided, I still thought that was a really good game.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to restart the stream now.